Hello, and welcome to my presentation on how to train new cleaners in 10 days or less. I'm Katie Pearse, and I am from Glisten Academy. So today, what I would like to teach you is number one, why most training just doesn't work and how you can create a customized training program for your cleaning business that dazzles your new hires from day one. Two, the essential components of an elite cleaning company's training program. And this is important whether you are preparing to launch a brand new company or even if you've been in business for 25 years. Here's what you can add to your training program to really elevate your success. And finally, I would love to teach you the 10-day plan that trains new hires perfectly and brings out the very best performance in everyone. So I've made a workbook to help you work through the 10-day plan and customize it for your own business. So make sure you grab it. It will be on the website for a really limited time at glistenacademy.com/summit2021. So please visit glistenacademy.com to grab this presentation and the workbook. So here's my sad story, but don't worry, it ends okay. So it was my birthday weekend and I was sitting with my business partner on her deck in the sunshine. We were drinking sangria and talking about our company. We had one of the most successful cleaning services in the country, and we were needing to hire more residential cleaning staff, as usual. And I was frustrated that we still didn't have a real training process for our new hires. It seemed like we were always disorganized, and I just hated starting off people's employment with us without something really polished and professional. We have the highest cleaning standards you can imagine, and we did our very best teaching those to our staff. But I knew that without an organized and standardized training program, we just were not meeting the goals I had to be the most professional, detailed, and fun cleaning company in the whole world. I really knew that we could improve things even more if we had a better training program. I was also annoyed at my business partner. So her role in the company was to hire and train the staff. So why hadn't she put something together? She had had years to design a formal training program. Now, of course, I realize that it's one of the most challenging aspects of the business, and I understand now why she hadn't just whipped something up. She suggested we create our own training program, but I said it would take too long and we needed something now. I told her to go online and find a training program we could buy. We not only invested in one training program, we bought all of them. I tasked my partner with implementing the training with our staff and went back to what I do best, marketing the company. So jump ahead a few days, we've gathered our entire team to our headquarters to be trained with the new programs. I grew more uneasy as I sat in the background working away on my computer, aware of the expenses it was costing us to pay 10 plus employees $20 to $30 an hour each to pretend they were listening to 20-minute lessons on how to clean toilets. I also knew they weren't really listening, let alone retaining any of the training. And how could I blame them? I could barely listen to it myself. It was pretty boring. So as a person who didn't learn to clean until 2008, when I launched my business, I knew professional cleaning could be fun and challenging, not only physically, but mentally too. So if I could learn to love it, anyone could. Seriously. When I went into business instructing full-time in 2015, I devoted my career to teaching other business owners how to market and operate their businesses with intelligent systems and ideas, just like I'd used in my business. I taught business classes in person in several cities to entrepreneurs in all industries. Meanwhile, I was working hard on developing online training for the cleaning industry specifically and began releasing programs and courses through my website. Teaching is my absolute favorite thing to do, and learning everything I can about instructional design and how adults learn best is my passion. Fortunately, my background is in web design and digital marketing, so I'm able to use my web skills to bring my training to life online. I love teaching in person, but it just isn't possible with the amount of people that I teach all over the world. So I love that I can do this online. As of today, I've worked with hundreds of cleaning business owners all over the world and have been behind the scenes leadership for many of the most successful and famous cleaning companies in the USA, Canada, Australia, and the UK. I've personally cleaned hundreds of homes myself, trained dozens of employees, and completed over 30,000 cleanings with my original company from 2008 to 2014. I've since created courses and programs that will help you instantly improve your business, all presented in a fun and effective way. We can't possibly cover everything in today's quite brief presentation, but you can find detailed programs at Glisten Academy that really dive deep into each element of the cleaning business. So I'm Katie Pearse. I'm a business instructor, a marketing specialist, and a cleaning industry expert. I launched my eco-chic cleaning company in 2008 and quickly grew it to be one of Canada's most successful cleaning businesses, serving residential clients with a little bit of commercial just to keep things interesting. So since 2015, I've been a full-time consultant, not only to the cleaning industry, but as a business school instructor as well. I combined my passion for teaching entrepreneurs with my love of the cleaning business and formed Glisten Academy, the world's #1 source of elite training programs and courses. So I don't know about you, but back when I started my company, I honestly thought that being able to hire people to staff my business was going to be the easiest part of the job. I figured that everybody knew how to clean their house, so how hard could it be to hire people who could clean for my clients? I was extremely wrong. So let's talk about why training cleaners is so challenging. Cleaning is hard. So yes, there are much more difficult jobs out there, but in comparison to many female-dominated jobs, cleaning houses is fairly grueling work. I've done it many times, and it is hard. Not only physically, but mentally, due to the many bosses each cleaner has. Not only their manager, but clients. That adds up to a lot of bosses every week. Cleaning lacks prestige. So cleaning is low skill work without any educational or licensing requirements. Almost anyone can do it, and the pay is often very poor. I've been working really hard to change this for over 13 years, and I need your help to elevate residential cleaning to a professional career we can all be proud of. You need to create a company that provides jobs your staff are proud to tell everyone about. Your new hires are already quote unquote experts. So training cleaners is challenging because every single person you hire will come to the job thinking they already know everything. Because these people are likely revered as superstar cleaners by their circle of family and friends, they will come to day one believing there is nothing they need to learn from you. And even if they've cleaned professionally before, you are likely going to have to undo a lot of bad habits. And that's true with all cleaners because they clean their own house. So they genuinely do believe that they already know how to clean. And you have to really get their buy-in that a new process is going to improve their cleaning. And having a professional cleaning process is really the only way that they are going to be able to clean for clients without getting any complaints. So how to train your cleaners? I believe in a combination of client home training. So your cleaning businesses are always going to have 3 client lists. One is your regular clients, one is secret shopper clients, and one is a list of homes that your new hires can train at. So I call this training in the lab, and it's where we test and prove theories and ideas. So in Glisten Academy and other courses, I talk about the other lists, but for this specific topic, you want to have that list of people that you give discounted cleanings to, and those are the people that you're going to send your senior cleaners with their trainees, the trainers, the supervisors, and that's where they're going to train. Classroom training. You're going to provide plenty of academic style training in the form of videos, audios, and written lessons. You can hold a group session with a bunch of trainees, or you can have them complete the training independently on a computer or phone. And that's typically what I do. Of course, it depends. If you're hiring a bunch of people for a launch, a grand opening, then you're going to train everyone at once. If you have people coming on board throughout the year, you might have them do the in-person training and then go home and do half an hour of lessons online. Assessments and evaluations. You will assess the cleaner's performance on everything from customer service skills to cleaning standards to professionalism and etiquette. Secret evaluators can also be formally enlisted to provide assessments. So make sure you check out my training program on how to implement the secret evaluator program in your company. It will literally change your cleaner's performance overnight. This is the Glisten Academy training process. I combine diverse learning materials and methods with hands-on training and a rewarding certification process. All of these elements together will bring out the very best in your trainees. At Glisten Academy, we have a huge variety of learning materials, and you need to do all of this in your own company. So because everyone learns differently, every concept that I teach is presented in a variety of ways: text on screen and printed in manuals, as well as video lectures and tutorials. I also provide both at-a-glance information and in-depth explanations. I also ensure materials can be consumed in a classroom-like setting, online self-study, and in client homes where the real magic happens. This is what you want with your own company. You need a variety of materials. It's not as simple as simply handing your hires an employee manual and thinking that they're going to read it through cover to cover and understand how to clean. It doesn't work that way. You have to give them a variety depending on how they learn, their own preconceived ideas of where they are at. Like I said, most of them will overestimate their skills and abilities when it comes to cleaning. You want to give people, especially because these are adult learners, these aren't children, so they don't have to listen, they don't have to do anything. So you're really trying to give them a variety of materials so they can sort of pick and choose which way they learn best and what they're interested in. I also advocate for hands-on training from day one. Hands-on training is extremely important, and it has to happen day one of training. Your new hires need to produce results from the minute you start paying them. All cleaning training happens in specially selected client homes, meaning your clients essentially pay for their training, not you as a business owner. How many new hires have come and trained? How much money have you invested or will invest in brand new hires that come and maybe train for a day or two, or worse, even longer, and then quit? And you have a big paycheck you have to cut them, and all they've done is train. I don't believe in that. I want them earning me money from the minute they start training. If you have that list of client homes that they can train in, even at a discount, you're at least breaking even, or maybe just losing a little bit of money. I like to think of it, of course, as an investment because your staff are investments, but this will help you avoid burning through money just to train people. Training kits and guided audio instructions. This is my favorite part of Glisten Academy training. Because I can't necessarily be in person for every training session with every professional cleaner, I've created training kits and guided audio instructions. So it's like having me as a master trainer with your employees at every house they clean. You can do the same. So at Glisten Academy, I have all of the lessons where they simply tap the room they're cleaning, and I tell them exactly how to clean each room from start to finish, signing off with a detailed checklist. Cleaning products and step-by-step instructional flashcards all come in training packs, 5x7s, laminated, water resistant, and these packs attach to cleaning caddies or bags or aprons that your staff can refer to get instant information that they need at their fingertips. And I'll talk more about that later. And again, this is something that I sell through Glisten Academy. And if you want to create your own, I have templates for you so you can develop your own. Finally, portfolio and official certification. So certification sets the highest caliber cleaners apart from the rest by showing that they've not only completed the required training and practice, but proven their skills to a Glisten Academy master evaluator. So what we do at Glisten Academy is we have trainees who develop a portfolio of their work through some photos, maybe some videos, checklists, and a training logbook. along with supervisor comments and reviews from actual clients. So they can develop that portfolio, which is a real record of their great work. And they submit that with an application form, and they can become certified as a professional cleaner through Glisten Academy. So this really gives them a goal and something to strive for. So let's recap. Dull training is expensive because you pay staff to sit around watching and listening to training videos or audios that doesn't even stick. It's boring, plain and simple. No one wants to watch a 20-minute video on how to clean a toilet, I promise, even if they pretend I have the evidence. I know that they don't enjoy it. Many training methods are also overly complicated, they're not communicated clearly, and ultimately are ineffective. So you might feel sometimes like you are spinning your wheels trying to train and educate these women, sometimes men, and it's just not working. Why is that? Dull training is also narrowly focused and rarely updated, not responding to the ever-changing needs of today's cleaning companies. We are moving at light speed, and the new generation of cleaners in their very early 20s or late teens, these people are very, very different from you and I. I work with a lot of cleaning business owners who are in their 20s, like I was when I started my business. So, things are very different, and we have to keep on top of the changes, the expectations, and the way that these people learn. Dazzling training, by contrast, combines classroom training with hands-on practice to reinforce learning and earn money for you as they train. It's short and it's sweet, with the intent of providing a visual they can remember when they clean at clients' homes. So the videos at Glisten Academy are not really designed to be studied and memorized. It's simply to give you a visual, so when you walk into a house, you can picture exactly what you're supposed to be doing because you've seen the videos. Dazzling training actually works with simple and easy to reference training aids like flashcards, reference cards, and checklists. All of this, like I said, is right at their fingertips. So they don't have to be intimidated. They don't have to feel that they have to memorize everything, and they're never caught off guard, not knowing what to do. And they're not wasting your time or your office's time or your supervisor's time by asking questions, because all the answers are right there. Dazzling training has also been tested and proven to be successful in multiple markets, and always being improved and updated. So that's the nice thing about Glisten Academy training, is not only did I, create a really successful company with exceptionally good cleaners, most of whom have gone on to start their own cleaning businesses all over the country very successfully. Not only does that training has been proven to work, but now Glisten Academy, in its 5th or 6th year, has also been proven to work. These methods, this process, proven to work, like I said, in Australia, in Germany, in the US, in Canada, in the UK. I have cleaning business owners who have instituted and embedded this training throughout their companies all over the world. So it works regardless of where you are. Here are the training programs that every cleaning business needs. It's not just one, it's a whole bunch of things that make up one truly successful training program. So, how to clean professionally. Every member of a cleaning business needs to know how to professionally clean a house for a paying client efficiently and perfectly. The role of a professional cleaning consultant. Your cleaners also need to know the art and science of house cleaning, as well as learn every aspect of client relations. This is really the theory behind being a professional house cleaner. Training and managing professional cleaners. So this role usually starts with the owner of the cleaning business, but can quickly be delegated to an employee if you have a program that you can use with your senior cleaners or new hires that you are hiring specifically to use in a role of training and managing the other cleaners beneath them. And you need a secret evaluator program. Again, I have this program already for sale, all done for you, but the long story short is this magical program can transform your company overnight by immediately motivating your staff to perform to their highest levels. And I'll talk a little bit more about each of these throughout the presentation. So here is the training plan outline. Orientation. This is sort of the chronological now way of how we're going to train our new hires. So we start with orientation. So once you've obviously before this, you've done the hiring and the screening, and now you're ready to present a job audition offer to someone. So you're going to send your new hires an online orientation package. So what I do is send an email and say, here's a link, click this, watch it before you show up for your first day. And in that presentation, it's pretty much exactly like this. I cover our company, our training process, what they can expect, what to wear on day one, what to bring with them, where they should go. All of this is included. Secondly, is onboarding. So every single new hire needs to complete paperwork. So that's critical to protect you. Even if they're under your direct supervision and they're only coming for an audition and they don't have a real job offer, you still want to get their photo ID and some other written agreements before they set foot on the job. This is obviously really important as a cleaning business owner, and to protect yourself and your clients. You need to know who these people are, and make sure that you have some recourse if anything were to go wrong, that you can you can follow up with the actual people. Online training. So provide plenty of online training to prepare and reinforce the massive amount of information that they need to learn. This keeps their learning varied and interesting. You can create your own program, or you can buy the Classic Clean, where all the work is done for you. Hands-on practice. New hires need to practice real cleaning and customer interactions over and over until they can execute a cleaning job absolutely perfectly on their own. So enlist those training homes to accomplish the hands-on training component. Written materials. Having everything written down not only helps reinforce information, but it also ensures you've done your due diligence. Make sure everything is included in their staff manual, training handouts, and manuals that they bring on the job. So again, they're not necessarily going to read any of this cover to cover, but you as a business owner know that you've given them that information and are expecting them to learn it. Products and equipment. Every product, tool, and piece of equipment your company uses needs to be taught and demonstrated to your staff. This is something often overlooked. Your cleaners not only need to know how and when to use their products and equipment, but how to maintain and care for each tool and machine they are provided. Your staff really need to be vacuum experts, steam cleaning experts. When things go wrong, they need to know how to fix it, or at least where to go to get the information to fix it. And that's where those training cards come in handy. And again, I will walk you through that so you can see exactly what they need at their fingertips. Evaluations. Feedback, assessments, and evaluations are critical communications tools. You need checklists and rubrics to ensure nothing is missed and can provide objective feedback without feeling critical or harsh. This is especially important if you've delegated the role of trainer to a member of your team. A lot of people find it very uncomfortable to have to give negative feedback when, you've walked into a bathroom and now you have to evaluate it and they've missed half of the stuff in the bathroom. Like, how do you get that across to people without offending them? Because you don't want to scare your staff off either and have them leave and never come back. Recognition. This is the final piece. Have fun with awards, certificates, other form of rewarding your high achieving staff. Bonuses, featuring them on social media, and recognizing milestones like 100 houses cleaned will keep your team engaged and excited. Here is the evolution of the new hires training growth. So phase 1 is days 1 to 10. Those are the first 2 weeks of training, and they are going to be under direct supervision at all times during the first 2 weeks. So that's what we're covering today. Phase 2 is when they practice their new skills with some supervision and leadership, but you should be able to put them into rooms like a bathroom or a kitchen and have them clean that from start to finish independently. And then the supervisor returns to conduct the assessment and evaluation. Phase 3 is once they've trained for 3 full months under a senior cleaner and trainer. Now they can take on clients by themselves. They should be fully trained, excellent cleaners who are able to clean an entire house completely independently without any supervision. This is when you have a fully trained staff member who you can count on. 10-day plan. So phase 1, the first 10 days of training is, of course, part of a broader, lengthier training program. After learning the process of professional cleaning and everything to do with your specific company, your new hire is going to continue to refine those skills and her education on a daily basis over the 3 months. So that's really considered the entire training period. Of course, she's going to keep learning and getting better and better after 3 months, but we consider the first 3 months, so those first 12 weeks, those are true training weeks. After that, she should graduate to become a fully independent professional cleaning consultant who can become certified and take on her own book of clients. These are the training topics that you as a leader need to teach and completely master so you can provide exceptional leadership to your team. If you're lacking and not confident in any of these areas, you cannot lead your team properly. In the Classic Clean, we cover all of these topics. So they're already taught in a lecture style, as well as lessons for the staff. Or here is my suggested outline of how you can create your own program with each of these topics. So number one is cleaning tutorials. Of course, you need to teach your staff how to clean professionally. So I recommend having them watch video tutorials that are quick, short and sweet demos, just to give them that visual idea of how the cleaning process works. Then they're going to train with that process in real life on day one. Secondly, you want to teach them what it means to have a career as a professional cleaning consultant. So there's a lot of misconceptions around the position, and this is something you want to even start in the interview process, is asking your candidates what they think the job entails, because that will give you a lot of information as to their expectations. In this part of the training, you're going to teach them the duties and responsibilities that your cleaners have, the importance of using checklists, how they can develop a signature style, how to stay motivated and inspired, and how to get better every day at their job. Then we discuss professionalism and etiquette. So really the goal of Glisten Academy, and my goal since 2008, has been to take the profession of cleaning and really elevate it into a very viable career for, especially women, since it's such a female dominated industry. So with that being said, your cleaners need to understand what it means to be a professional. So when we talk about professionals, what does that mean? How do you conduct yourself? What are the values and characteristics that you need to have? Social and professional etiquettes, do's and don'ts, and the art of anticipation with clients. These are all things that are going to really help them become better people all around. And even if they don't stay with your company, this will help them grow and refine their own really personality, and help them be successful in life and in every job that they do in the future. The fourth topic we discussed is client care. This is client relationships. So, the hardest part of hiring staff and trusting them is having them in these one-on-one, situations with your customers. As you get bigger and bigger, of course, you can't be everywhere at once. So you've got this sort of team of people under you who are out there every day interacting with your clients, greeting them, meeting them, talking to their kids and their pets. What are they doing out there in those homes? What are they saying? So the client care module is extremely important for them to understand really, what to talk about, topics that are off limits, how to handle those different conversations, and then your company's customer service philosophies and policies. So they need to fully understand this, and you need to give them scripts so that they know exactly what to say. With a lot of the common sort of topics, you want them to know exactly how to answer things confidently, and if they don't know the answer to something, where to go to get that. And then of course, they need to understand your customer service policies, and know how much you really bend over backwards to accommodate your clients, and how far they can go. They need to know what they're able to offer to clients. So in my company, I have, let's say, sort of up to $100. So any cleaning supervisor, if there's any, issues or breakage or damage or, anything that they need to do to make that customer happy, they have my pre-approval, my pre-authorization to offer anything with a value up to about $100. Anything over that, they should talk to me first and then we can arrange something. But, if they need to write $100 off a bill because of some issue or they need to promise something, they can do that without having to run it past me. Module 5, we talk about products and tools. So these are the very specific products and tools that you will use in your cleaning company. Now, there's going to be specialty equipment that you're going to use. You're going to want to demonstrate, of course, all the products and tools. And, sort of a shortcut you can use is if you're using products like a Shark vacuum or a Dyson vacuum or a Dupre steam cleaner, you can go to their website and you can grab their manuals, their instructions, their videos, and bring those into your training program. So they don't, you're not reinventing the wheel necessarily, especially when you're putting together your training plan. Maybe later you'll do some of your own demos, show how to clean a vacuum or to solve some common problems. But in the beginning, definitely use the manufacturer's information and videos. Lots of stuff on YouTube, usually with all big companies. So you can grab that information and provide those links or embed that right into your online training program. Module 6, we discuss the history and science. So one of the things that's really critical for these ladies is to really help them understand cleaning in a more scientific way, because this is what's going to give them that confidence. The issue, of course, with cleaning is that the clients are basically hiring people and paying them to do work that they, can probably do themselves. We can't all, change our tires or our oil. Like, I don't know how to do that stuff. So, I definitely have to take my car in for service. And I don't know. I don't know if they've done a good job. I don't really know. I can't evaluate the work. The problem with cleaning is that your customers can evaluate your work very easily, and they can also do it. And a lot of times your clients are actually have higher standards than your staff do. These are people who are very serious about cleaning. And, especially in my case, they'll pay a lot of money for that exceptional cleaning. So, you don't want your cleaners to be intimidated by customers who know more about cleaning than they do or think they do, right? So having them understand sort of the history and science and making it fun and interesting, of course. We don't want to be boring people to death, but making it fun and giving them just some of those tips and some of those fact sheets that I talk about on those training cards. What is that pink slime in the bathtub? Or, what coronavirus, that's something that we definitely need to learn and have learned about in the past year. I have an entire certification course just on coronavirus. So having the staff be confident in the true science of cleaning will really help to give them that confidence to be able to confidently go into a customer's house and be a true professional where they can provide all sorts of guidance and education to their clients. You really want them to be the expert on cleaning. Module 5 is health and safety. So of course, as a business owner, really important for you to do your due diligence and teach your staff how to handle all sorts of situations. Very common ones come up in cleaning from day to day. You'll have sort of the same issues pop up, especially with vacuuming, running over your toes, going downstairs, tripping on stairs, that sort of thing. There's lots of common sort of hazards and, things that you can prevent. So make sure that you train your staff in health and safety. This stuff is really, really important. Of course, we don't want anything to happen to our staff, of course. So again, not the most exciting of topics all the time, but if you can make it, short and interesting and, give them some wins, then they'll be interested in that. Number 8 is conducting appointments. So at Glisten Academy, I have an appointment itinerary and I train staff on everything from the moment they pull up to park at a client's house. There's nothing more annoying to a client than, their cleaner arrives for the first time and, they were there to introduce them and then now they're going to go run some errands. Oh, and then they leave and then they have to come back and say, can you please move your car? Like it's in the driveway, it's blocking my car, that sort of thing. So in the client and property profile, you're going to be asking your clients where you want the cleaners to park. Cleaners need to follow that directive. and everything after that. So from the moment they park to when they come in, where they put their personal belongings. So I teach that every cleaner needs to have their very own company branded, just a very easy small bag, and they put their personal belongings in that bag. So their purse, their phone, their keys, their water bottle, whatever they need to put into that bag is now hung up at the client's house. So it's off the floor, it's out of the way, and all their personal belongings are there. My cleaner just the other day, she had put her bag on my dining room chair. I didn't realize that. And I was, mopping or doing something. Yes, I clean sometimes when the cleaner's there. And I moved her chair or my chair, and her bag spilled. I was pretty mortified because the contents dumped everywhere and I had to put everything back. And I felt terrible, like as though it looked like I had rifled through all her personal belongings, which of course I didn't. So again, just an awkward situation for me that could have been easily avoided. So a precise itinerary will eliminate all guesswork. Again, give your staff that confidence that they know exactly what to do, and they're going to practice that exact identical itinerary. So they know exactly what to do. They drop off their personal belongings, they grab their cleaning caddies, their supplies, they go to the kitchen and get their client binder. They refer to it, everything is a step-by-step process. So they know exactly what their routine is. This will also save you tons of time when it comes to paying staff, because they're going to be so efficient without ever having to, sort of sit around trying to wonder, okay, where should we start? What should we do? The exact itinerary really needs to be drilled into their head and practiced at every appointment. Number 9 is appointment evaluations. So ultimately, the most important part of your staff's job isn't really the cleaning. So they can ignore everything we tell them, right? You don't really have a lot of control over what they actually do in a house. So when they go to a bathroom, let's say they don't dust as step 1. Let's say they just jump in and start cleaning the toilet because, hey, they just want to get it out of the way. Really, at the end of the day, this isn't a hill to die on. Of course, we want to teach them a proper process. Of course, we want them to follow it, and we want to incentivize them. I tell my staff that I will know if you aren't following the 4D plus process, simply because you'll get complaints, you'll miss things. And in my evaluation, I will be able to find things that you've missed. So I know you haven't done the process that I have laid out. Very, very simple. I don't have to spy on them to know this. I just know. So they definitely need to be motivated to use the professional cleaning process that either Glisten Academy teaches or that you have identified, because that's going to be the most efficient and best way for them to clean. However, that being said, if they make a mistake, they don't follow it exactly, they skip a step or they jumble things up, that's all right. Because if they are trained exactly on how to assess and evaluate the standards that you've set, the customer will be satisfied. So just remember, the clients don't care how you're doing the job. They don't really care what products you're using. They don't care about your professional cleaning system. This is all wonderful marketing, and it really, it does sell your services, especially compared to your competitors. But what your clients care about is they want the job done. Their house needs to be cleaned. So the assessment, the evaluation, if something has been missed, oh, well, we can fix it during the assessment and evaluation part of that appointment. So again, this is the part that everybody is lacking. That's why you have complaints. This is why your staff aren't performing. This is why you are frustrated, shaking your head, don't understand why they can't clean properly. It's because you are lacking in your assessment and evaluation. So at Glisten Academy, I have developed really detailed training rubrics, which are, really simple ways of assessing exactly the cleaning standard of each room. And it's black and white. Again, there's no gray area, so there's no room for misinterpretation. Nobody can, be emotionally damaged and offended. And your trainers will feel free to give the feedback because it's just black and white. Either the microwave door is sanitized, streak free, or it's not. It's just yes or no. And you put that rubric together, you go through the room, you assess all the little details, and you have a scoring number at the end. Basically, they are given a score, and that's that. Again, so there's nothing to argue about, and it's very detailed. And again, this becomes less and less as time goes by, but in the beginning, training is very detailed. Some might say even tedious, but it has to be in order to properly get into their heads exactly, helping them learn the eye for professional cleaning that they guaranteed they do not have on day one. Other topics that I recommend you talk about is, or work into a training program with your company, is training the trainers. So that's great if you have this awesome training program, but if you don't know how to train your senior staff or hire new people who have some experience and train these people on how to be trainers, you're not going to have a robust training program. So you need to learn how to train the trainers, and then you need to train the trainers, and then they need to train the cleaners. So a lot of people, again, are going to come to you with bad habits that you're going to have to unlearn. And there's a lot that, goes into training these staff. And again, most of us don't know how to train cleaners. This is something that nobody is born with this skill. And even if you're an exceptional cleaner, how do you teach it to other people? So I have a whole course on training the trainers, and that covers everything. So please feel free to go to my website, and you can look at the outline there and see exactly the steps involved in training a trainer. So training tools, these are absolutely critical to executing a training plan. So when these new hires show up to train, they need hands-on reference cards. So if they've watched the videos, they have in their head an idea of how to move around a room, how to grab tools and supplies, how to do things. Great. So classroom training, manuals, guides, these are all wonderful things that they need to, use to prepare for showtime. But when they actually start cleaning, their hands are busy and they're working hard, and it's very physical and it can be very overwhelming. So what I've put together are training reference cards. These are like decks of cards that have like a key ring in the corner. They're laminated, they're water resistant, and they're an entire pack of cards that have basically like flashcards or reference cards. So it's all the critical information they need, all summarized and attached to their cleaning caddy or their apron or their bag, wherever they want to attach it. And now they have all the information that they need at their fingertips. Finally, management expertise. So suddenly being a manager and trainer of a team of cleaning professionals can be daunting, right? Like, how did you get to this point in your life? Like, I certainly never thought that I would one day, be in charge of this massive team of cleaners and, be tasked with managing people. And it's a lot more than just the technical, right? There's a lot of emotion that goes into it. And you really have to get to know your cleaners, and you have to listen to them and be empathetic with them, and, learn about their personal lives. So your leadership skills are going to be the number one determining factor in your company's success. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you fail, it's all on you. It just is. I mean, you have the power to do everything and enact all kinds of, wonderful this training program and incentives and all of this. This is all on you, and you have an opportunity to truly have one of the most successful cleaning companies, in your whole country, simply by being the best and bringing that out in people. Again, it's not as easy as it sounds. It takes a lot of work and a lot of skill, but that my goal, of course, is to give you the shortcuts and the cheat sheets to get there. And then, of course, refine it to fit your own customized brand and your own personal business philosophies. So, I design all my programs because I understand exactly what it's like. I want you to have sort of a white label, very unbranded sort of training program and course that you can take and now apply to your own business, put your own logo on it, add in your own products. There's things that everything, that makes your company unique and different, you're going to want to add that into a training program. So I'm giving you all the foundation, and then you can take it from there. One of the most important tools that you can have as a cleaning business is to institute a mystery evaluator program in your business. This is something that you will just have as part of your ongoing operations, and you will teach this in your training to your staff. The idea is very simple. You are going to enlist clients who actually inspect their cleaning with a report that you have provided them. They're going to essentially mark their cleaning, grade the cleaners themselves on their performance, and submit it to you. So the genius of this program is that, of course, you can't be everywhere at once. Your supervisors can't be everywhere at once. And you really don't know what is going on out there with your staff, right? So what this does is it creates I'm not really sure who amongst my clients is going to be evaluating my performance this month. So what you want to do is ensure that each of your teams or your cleaners is evaluated 2 to 3 times a month. So out of the 30 appointments, let's say, or 30 clients, they do about 60 appointments a month. So out of the 30 clients that they have, 2 to 3 of those clients are going to be evaluating them, and they're never going to know who it is. So because of that, they're going to think that anybody could be judging them. And that judgment is going to make the difference between a bonus on their paycheck, career advancement, other incentives that you put in place. So for example, at the end of the day, maybe they're tired and, they're doing an evaluation and they've got their checklist and they're going around the house and they get to, the kid's bedroom and they think, oh, do I really have to bend down and check under the bed to make sure that, it was cleaned under there? And a lot of times, your staff will be like, I'm sure it's fine. This is what happens. People get very, very, lazy. Truthfully, they do. They get lazy, they get complacent, they think, oh, it's fine, especially, as they get further along in their jobs with you, they're going to take a lot of liberties because they think that they're really, really good and they know what they're doing, which is true to some degree. But this is where mistakes happen. This is where complaints come from. So what you do is by offering them, like I said, incentives and advancements and, cash bonuses, that sort of thing. What you're giving them is a reason to bend down and look under that bed and make sure that it's been cleaned. So I have this program. You can buy it at glistenacademy.com. It's pre-made for you. It explains exactly how it works, how to enlist or recruit, I should say, clients to be the secret shoppers. And you'll want to have a really big list, right? Because you always want to keep your staff guessing, and you're going to use regular clients as well. So I've set this all up so you know exactly how to implement it with your team. Set up your website to recruit staff, to recruit clients, to evaluate your staff. And I've got marketing materials here for you. So Instagram templates, Facebook templates that you can use to recruit those clients, and then all the information that you need in order to disseminate this information to your team as well, and exactly how to set this up in your business. So this would be, if all else fails, honestly, this program works so beautifully. Like I said, it walks you through step by step how to implement it in your business. This is the inside of Glisten Academy. So this shows you sort of an example of one of our training courses. And I just really highly recommend you can buy this course and you can implement this program in your business tomorrow. Tell your staff members about it tomorrow and explain what those incentives are. And all of a sudden your staff are going to become much, much more conscientious cleaners. They are going to start improving instantly. So again, if you are looking for a really quick fix, this is just a genius program. I've used it myself for years. It absolutely improved my staff overnight. It really, really does incentivize them to bring out the very best, and to constantly put forth an effort. So please go to glistenacademy.com to check it out. You can create the program yourself from scratch, of course, if you want to as well, but I have it here, very affordable, special offer, of course, as part of the presentation with this year's summit, lots of special offers for you. So highly recommend it. Well, we've run out of time, so please visit GlistenAcademy.com. I have free training templates and a workbook to accompany this presentation to help you create your very own training program for your cleaning business. Thanks so much.